week 2 of the preseason against the San Francisco 49ers. Javonte Williams makes his triumphant return. What will he look like? How many carries will he have? Will he catch the ball? Does he have confidence in that knee? Those are questions we're all asking. Those are questions he's asking. Tonight, we shall get the answers. Will the offensive line pick up? Will we get an insight into the coaching strategy of Sean Payton and Zach Strief by seeing the improvement of the O-line from week 1 preseason to week 2? And today is supposed to be Marvin Mims' day. Not only is he playing in his first NFL game, but he's also the punt returner and kick returner. So is this his time to be wide receiver 3 and earn that spot? Can Marvin Mims capitalize on today being his day? Welcome to another episode of the Get Buck Game Day Show.
Broncos Country, let's ride.
Oh! It's the three amigos!
It is not a ghost. It is not. What is up, gents? Glad to be back. Start of the new season. Yes, we have Mahai Viking on my left. And we also have the Denver Dream right here. Welcome back to a wonderful, beautiful episode of the Get Bucked Game Day Show. Gents,
Woo!
How are we doing today? What is up?
Oh,
Jay,
man.
what's going on, brother?
That's all you, Jay.
Oh, me? Oh.
Yeah, you.
I'm Peachy Keen. I'm just riding the wave of the first, I think, real test of this team. And, we're going to get a taste of it. It's Madden release week. Everybody's, got, the jitters for season starting here. And so, I'm ready to jump off a cliff. Let's go! Let's go!
You're losing your mind there, Jay. What's up, guys? Hey! So, hey, what'd you guys think of the new Orange and Blue Network intro before the at the beginning of the intro video? Yeah?
I thought it was a Lil Wayne album. I liked it.
You thought it was
what?
The
beginning of a Lil Wayne. I thought it was the beginning of a Lil Wayne song.
Hey, young money.
I like the
It was fun though. It was fun making that today. That was my afternoon, was making that. So I've had a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, it's been a good day. Spent time with the family. Uploading new shows and really enjoying the time with the family. Ready for football for sure. I'm rocking my Mario Vitanzi original Run the Damn Ball hat because I want to see in honor of the return of Mr. Javonte Pookie Williams.
No better time to wear that hat than the return of Javonte Williams from such a miraculous injury that
recovery.
I think that I had the closest guess because I said week 4. Everyone else's time frame was
No.
later.
Unfortunately, buddy. Look, Ty Wise said week 1. Ty Wise was the only one.
After we had already discussed all of it, he
No. I went back and looked. He had called week 1.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We all owe Ty Wise a steak dinner.
Now,
period.
I believe, I hate to be, the legality here, the technicalities, but didn't we state starting?
We did.
Playing?
We did.
So
starting.
All right.
We'll see. But as of right now, Ty Wise is on par to get that steak dinner, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's evidence of it, I guess I won't choose to ignore that anymore. But what we cannot ignore is you liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing this with your friends and family at the Orange and Blue Network here. That is with myself, with Johnny, and with Jay that you've seen on screen, and many others throughout the week and definitely throughout this season. Johnny, go ahead.
You mind if I throw that back up just real quick there, brother? Because I want to say one thing real quick, and that is, hey, y'all, it's been a while since I've done it, but I have finally gotten us back to an audio feed. So you can see it in the bottom right corner of the screen there. Everywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts, be it Apple, Google, Spotify, any of them, you can find the Orange and Blue Network's shows. So get on over there, subscribe to Orange and Blue Network on your favorite location for audio podcasts, so you can listen to it in the car or while you're mowing the lawn or doing dinner or whatever. Cool.
And there's multiple benefits to the Orange and Blue Network, and one of them is, Johnny, go ahead and explain what this benefit is, what it means.
Well, hang on. Let me pull it down. Let me do this. Let me do this the right way, if I could. Because here's what we're gonna do, guys. We are going to give a massive shout out right now to the sponsor of tonight's show. That is W.GG and their absolutely freaking delicious Jitterless Energy Blend. Guys, W comes in a ton of delicious flavors. Every single scoop gives you exactly 1 cup or 2 cups of coffee worth of caffeine in one drink. But the best part, there's no sugar, there's no jitters after. You don't have that crash at the end. But even better than all of that, guys, is this stuff is about as natural as it could possibly be. There's no calories, there is no sugar, there's no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial colors. It's nothing but amino acids, B vitamins, and nootropics for mental sharpness. This stuff is fantastic. So make sure you jump on over, get yourself some Jitterless Energy Blend. It's the dub, I promise you. At W.GG, and in the checkout, make sure you punch in NRWOB10. That's NRWOB10 at the checkout for 10% off your order. There's no downside.
Yes,
that's my spiel.
Always a bunch of benefits with the Orange and Blue Network, and Johnny, the Mile High Viking, just showed us one of those. But we got the chat filling up, so we're just going to pull up a couple quick comments. We got D-Rock in here. He said, let's effing ride. Let's go. He's got a question that we're going to get to. Unfortunately, I've got a slight delay on my end with StreamYard. That's okay.
That's okay. How about I'll put some comments too for you.
Trey Lance coming in as Trey Lance coming in as a multiple topic. Everything Broncos podcast says Trey Lance is a bust. Is that true? That is a good question. Dave Fool Glassman coming in and saying Isaiah with the orange and blue hearts. Yes, you're not seeing a ghost. It is me back here, ready to go for the beginning of the season. And what better way to come back than the Get Bucked pregame show, which I love, and I love you guys. I miss you guys. I'm glad we're back.
And don't forget, Isaiah's also going to be dropping. And also don't forget, Isaiah's going to be dropping the Orange and Blue Blitz videos every week, right, Isaiah? So you'll get to see plenty of him.
Players. Yes, Run McLaughlin. Run. I'm very interested to see. I was talking to Johnny about this week, and Jay, from what you know about McLaughlin, how insane is it to come from an undrafted free agent to Sean Payton shouting you out in a press conference, referring to you as a possible joker, and the same name as Reggie Bush and Alvin Kamara?
He's got the jiggle, and we're about to see some of it.
The jiggle.
I'm excited because he's literally about the only person on our running back room roster that fits into that scat back role, and he's very good at it. Samaje Perine is a lot of things, scatting and dancing. All that is not one of those traits. So I can't wait. Jaleel, keep running. I bet they spelled his jersey name correctly tonight.
You just gave him his nickname, Jay. He just gave him his orange and blue nickname, Jello McLaughlin, because he got the jiggle. Because he got the jiggle.
I love him.
That's right. From here on out.
I hope he carves the roll out.
Excuse me. I am super pumped to see Jaleel McLaughlin. We saw a little bit of him last week, and he was looking pretty good. I want to see what he can do when he's with the first teamers. That's what I want to see. Now, granted, I know he's going to be probably running back 3, right? That's what we're saying. But I kind of what I want to see is what happens when he is running with the ones. I want to see what he can make happen when he's running with the ones. I really kind of hope. Obviously, Sean Payton. I almost said George Payton. Sean Payton said in his presser on Thursday that Javonte would be looking at between 10 and 12 snaps. So obviously, we might get to see a little bit more of Jaleel in the game. I'm hoping that we get to see him rotate in with Samaje Perine and everything and take at least one handoff from Russ. That's what I want to see.
Focus for Jaleel hasn't been Jello McLaughlin, hasn't been running back. It's more been kick return and punt return. I know Marvin Mims is getting the snaps for that today, but just from watching film of Jaleel McLaughlin in college, he's definitely a guy with great vision, great speed, great acceleration. That would be good for special teams. And I'm wondering, I think he's going to get the snaps week 3, but I'm wondering if he can earn that spot. I would prefer that over Marvin Mims being the punt return, kick return guy, because I prefer to keep him healthy.
Well, Master Pookie, can I ask a question? Do you mind if I ask you guys a question about this?
By all means.
Looking at it this week, thinking about the punt return, kick return, one thing I will say about last Friday's game is that, even though we've seen him before, I thought that Montreal Washington actually did a pretty good job. He had some pretty good vision. If it turns out that you don't want obviously one of the things you want to avoid, especially on special teams, right, is hurting valuable players, because let's just be honest, special teams plays, guys get hurt a lot, probably more than any other time in the game, right?
So Griffith throws ACL, throws Achilles.
Exactly. So if it turns out that Marvin Mims, who we know he's got that take the top off the defense speed that we need now that KJ Hamler is no longer suiting up orange and blue. We also know that so we know he's got that speed that we might need to be that wide receiver 3. And if he can cement that himself in that role, and then of course if Jello McLaughlin is really rocking it and is pulling his weight as the scat back, would you be against running it back one more season, at least for now, with Montreal Washington to avoid possible injury to those two?
I think with the running back 3 won't get as much playing time as the kick returner and punt returner.
No, but when Sean Payton is mentioning your name with the words possible joker, I mean, do you really want to risk your joker on special teams?
But he's not the only joker. I think Greg Dulcich is also another joker that Sean Payton has mentioned. I think to get Jaleel's explosiveness on the field, instead of holding him in at running back 3 or using packages maybe once or twice a game, you use his explosiveness on kick return and punt return. And then if he does get hurt on special teams, it doesn't hurt your first 2 running backs, and it doesn't also hurt your receiver room, and it doesn't hurt your kick return room. So
the big difference, though.
What do you think, Jay?
Well, I was going to say it's a big difference, though, for a rookie who is undersized and pass block, which is already a weakness of this team. That is something that prototype running back always struggles with. That's why Philip Lindsay didn't stay on the field all the time. There are a multitude. I mean, Ronnie Hillman to the C.J. Anderson. That's why C.J. Anderson had to be down on third down just for the intelligence of pass blocking. And Russ has to have it. So I don't know. If Jaleel can have everything together, then I would say take him off the special teams and he's going to be a focal point of the offense. But if he's going to be flawed, he's going to be a rookie, he's going to be undersized, then he needs to give some value to the team. So, yes, put him on special teams.
Okay.
So he's got to do something.
I just thought it was a pretty good question.
On the exact same page, we're on the exact same page with that, Jay, which is 110%. If you're not going to be on the field all the time, don't waste the talent by letting it rot on the sideline. Put it in the game. If he can't handle special teams in return, we'll find out. But at least we'll try and put his explosiveness to use. Jay brought up a good point, which was protection, which brings up the first topic of today's game day show, which is protection. As we saw the horrible, disgusting, vomitous stat last week for the first week of preseason, we led the NFL in pressures. Russell Wilson was pressured 64% of the time. So 6.5 out of 10 dropbacks, he was extremely pressured. That's gross. That's disgusting. John and I, we've discussed this a few times. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt because, not only are they learning Ben Powers and Garrett Bowles are learning a new system, they're learning a new system together. They're learning each other together. And Garrett Bowles is coming off an injury, so there may be some jitters, some getting used to. But my question to you guys is, how big of an improvement are you expecting to see this week?
From last season or from last week?
From last week.
And you're talking about O-line, right?
Yes.
All right. So as far as the O-line goes, look, I said it on last Friday on the Buck Your Feelings post game show. I said it on Saturday on our special Saturday edition of Nothing Rhymes, and I said it Tuesday on our Nothing Rhymes. It takes longer than for the offensive line. It takes longer for that position group than any other position group on the field to truly mesh together and work well together. And that of all the position groups on the field, offensively and defensively, that is the one position group that has to work as one more than anybody else. So they take longer to truly mesh, to truly gel, to truly begin to move and act like one solid unit, right? So I predict we will see. I think we saw it in that fifth drive last Friday against the Cardinals. I thought we really saw them start to come alive. I thought we saw them start to maybe a little bit, not a whole lot, but start to gel better. And so I think we'll see some improvement, but I don't think we're going to see the improvement that all of Broncos country is like, oh my God, this offensive line, go! Look, it takes time. More than any other position group on the field, it takes time. I predict it'll take to about, and I'm not the only one that says this. I've heard this on, from our friends at DNVR. I've heard this from our friends on, from our good friends over on Locked On Broncos. It's going to take to about week 3, week 4 of the regular season before we truly start to see this offensive line working as a single unit. We will see an improvement. It just may not be as explosive an improvement as everybody's seeing. That's my opinion. Or as everybody's screaming for, rather.
So here's first off, Garrett Bowles can't be any worse than he was last week. My God. So he has to have dramatic improvement just by stepping on the field another game. Mm-hmm. The big difference, I think, is going to be Torian Prince being come out for Cam Fleming. I think that right side is going to look a little different. I think, to your point, just the gelling of the unit in and itself, more reps. I think that's a big deal in and itself, just game over game. And I can't imagine from a play call standpoint, Sean Payton didn't have a little rust. Like, it is Sean Payton's first game last game, really conducting everything for over a year and a half. I mean, the best coach ever still probably has some cobwebs. So let's give a little grace just to the guy in a play call standpoint, in the getting the play call in on time, getting everybody just set. A lot of factors.
Real quick. I want to give a huge shout out to Rising Rhino, who has called a raid on our podcast. He comes in saying, Rising Rhino in the house. Linda Stark calls out a Rising, Miss Linda Stark, both new names, by the way. So here's to you guys. Welcome to the Orange and Blue Crew. And they called a raid to get us, to break us 100 subscribers.
Wow.
I love it.
Thank you all.
We got another one that joined us in the raid. That would be Dallas Football Girl, another new name. Here's to Dallas Football Girl saying Rising Rhinos raid.
Here.
We got another new name, David Rogers. And we are all these awesome new fans jumping in. Daniel McKean. I mean, all of you, these new names. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for rating. And thank you for breaking us on 100 subscribers, guys. We have been fighting for it for a while. We came previously from another network where we had over, we were over the 1,000 mark. And unfortunately, things changed and we left that network for personal reasons, and we had to start over from scratch. So getting back up over 100 right now feels pretty damn good. I've just got to say, thank you guys. So, all right. So let me ask you,
wonderful.
Yeah. Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Now I've got Matthew McConaughey in my head. I love it. All right. So I want to ask you guys. All right. So obviously, again, we're you guys have heard me over this last week, just absolutely beating the drum for my friend Garrett Bowles. I love that guy. On a personal level, I love that guy. And I think he deserves a little more patience than he's getting from Broncos Country personally. A little bit. It's the preseason. He's only had one game. Come on. Let's simmer down a little bit here. But, I mean, a big part of this offensive line is going to be, consistency. And unfortunately, right now, we are missing our starting right tackle. And we are going to be seeing a different right tackle in there than we did last week. It's gonna have an effect. So that's another thing I want everybody to remember.
It's going to take some time for Mike McGlinchey to also come back. He'll be coming back. I believe this is his second week out, so he should be back at practice next week, practicing. So that'll give him some off time. I don't think he was, me personally, if I was Sean Payton, if McGlinchey was practicing this week, I'd make McGlinchey play week 3 preseason. Maybe be one of the very starters playing the preseason. Jay says no. Jay says no. I say yes, but
I said no.
And the next few weeks before week 1 against the Raiders, for Quinn Miners and Mike McGlinchey to get back into the rotation, get back into that chemistry, and get back with that cohesion on that right side of the offensive line, because you can't have both bookend tackles. And also, it gives Ben Powers and Garrett Bowles an opportunity to really blend and to really get that going. And I think that, right now there's a void of leadership on the offensive line. This was supposed to be Garrett Bowles' offensive line. This was supposed to be his, but it's not. Then you bring in Mike.
I'm going to argue that I'm going to argue that it still is. I don't care.
Can we acknowledge the bizarro world we're in right now, where we may just find ourselves at the end of the year, Lloyd Cushenberry, the most consistent offensive lineman on our team?
Yeah, that's kind of scary, isn't it?
Isn't that
a lot of Cody if Lloyd Cushenberry's that guy?
It doesn't feel right.
But I think right now Quinn Miners would probably be the anchor of the offensive line right now.
I would agree.
I have to say Quinn Miners.
Cush is playing great.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like a linebacker now. He's thinned up, ripped up, laned up. He looks good. Watching some film, he was definitely much more improved on his run game and definitely his pass blocking. I don't know who he's trained with or what he's worked with, but in the pass blocking game, he's more of an anchor of that.
Look at him physically. Look at the guy physically. Exactly. He looks like a linebacker.
Correct. He looks looks good. Instead of allowing the defender to come to him and push him back, he's anchoring himself and he's just holding on. And I think having two consistent, strong guards to the left and right, you definitely help you with that. But we definitely have to see. We can't stay the same or get worse than we did last week with the offensive line. That's just not a way.
No,
you have.
Again,
last week we had 64% pressure rate. 62% is a win.
64% was the highest across the entire league for preseason 1.
Yeah, so this week we have to be less than 64% for it to say improved, because other than that, Broncos Country, we're going to bring out the pitch.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You say it can get worse. Yes, it can.
It can.
It could be a lot worse.
I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying I don't want it to, because
I'm with you there. Now, I don't think it will be. I don't think that it will be.
We have to improve definitely this week. The second topic that we were going to discuss, gentlemen, was Javonte Williams' return, his triumphant, miraculous return. We're all nervous. We're all anxious. He's probably more nervous. He's probably more anxious than we are. What are we looking for? Jay, when you're watching the game, when you're watching Javonte, what are you looking for?
So we were told that starters would be out 20 to 25 plays, something like that. I wonder if that is best for Javonte as well, or if Javonte just gets the first series and everybody else continues.
Sean Payton did say in his presser the starters, both offensively and defensively, will be looking between 20 and 25 snaps, which basically is the entire first half.
Sure.
He also said, he specifically in regards to Pookie, that he would be, looking at 10 to 12. That's going to be about his snap count.
Good. That makes me feel better, because I don't think he should start playing an entire half, because he's the kind of guy that doesn't have a medium speed. He's just going to run into a brick wall no matter what.
He's balls to the wall or no. Period.
You're good, dude. I just need you to crush one person and then just go sit on the pine. You're good.
I want to see two things. I want to see. Go ahead. Go ahead, Isaiah. I'll say mine after that.
For you, crushing a defender will let you know, okay, he's healthy, he's good to go. I don't need 75-yard run. I don't need
because it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing of, does he trust his body enough to do the same things that he mentally always does, or is he hesitant? That tells you everything.
Johnny,
okay.
I
need to see two things. I need to see two things. All right.
Very nice.
I need to see one, what Jay said, it to a degree. I don't know about crushing someone. I want to see what's going to tell me that Javonte Williams himself, that individual, because of the kind of player he is, what sets him apart from other running backs in the league. I need to see him dragging somebody and not dying doing it.
That's a very high standard, buddy.
No, it's not, because that's what he does. Look at him.
You want him to drag somebody first game back?
Yes, I do, because I think that's what he needs. That's what I think he's going to need to get him to be like, okay, I've heard other people make this joke this week, and I'm going to make it because it's literally my favorite, my top 5 favorite movies of all time. John Wick. People keep asking if I'm back. And you know what I'm thinking? Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. That's what I want to see. Is Javonte, do exactly what he is known for, what he is best at. In this case, it would be someone grabs a hold of him and he's like, "No, I'm not going down." That's what I want to see. The other thing I want to see, and you're not going to like this, but this is coming from, somebody. This is coming from me as somebody who has dealt with injury and, a sports injury and had to come back like this. I want to see him take a good hit. Just one. Someone get a good, get a nice little slam down on him, take him to the ground.
Make the fans a little bit nervous.
Yeah, make the fans go, oh, but that's not why I want to see it. I want to see it because once
get off of that.
Yeah. I want to see it for him because once you take that hit, you can stop being, it helps you mentally to stop being nervous about taking that hit. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that before we get into the regular season. I want to see him take one really good hit, and then I want to see him drag somebody. That's what I want to see from Pookie.
Interesting.
No.
Jay says
That's
he needs
understandable.
to see him crush the defender, and Johnny said he needs him to take a good hit and drag somebody.
So, Isaiah, are you on the extent, like, are you going to take it another higher and, like, Javonte needs to take his helmet off and crush someone and, like, slam a beer can on his forehead?
No.
And
Isaiah needs to see him, bust through the line and go for 75 yards for a touchdown. That's what Isaiah needs. No, I'm just kidding.
I need to see him hurdle.
Hurdle?
Yes.
Okay. We've only ever, here's my only thing about that. We've only ever seen him hurdle once.
But we know we're capable of that. And
yeah, but I don't think
capable of that. But to have the confidence to do that without a knee injury is in of itself huge.
So can I ask this? Do you want to see that or need to see that? Because I feel like that's more of a want. I want to see him hurdle.
Don't tell me what I want or need, Johnny.
I just did.
What I want my preferences.
I'm just asking.
I'm gonna have to say I'm not gonna expect a hurdle in this game. I'm not going to expect that. Knowing Javonte,
but you want to.
He'd probably do it anyway. Sean Payton will yank him immediately and yell at him on the sideline. Not need. I want to see him. Right. So push a pop.
Real quick, Isaiah, we got a Niner fan in the house. Niner gang saying, hoping for a good, clean game. Good luck, guys. And the same to you. Clean game, no injuries.
Just so happens, Santa Clara is pretty nice to the Broncos.
That's right. That's right. That's right. There's, if you really think about it, Jay and Isaiah, every time we do a show, there is so much, like, every time we do a game day show, we have so much, like, symbolism in what we're wearing that day. Every time, like today, I'm wearing the Run the Damn Ball hat in honor of Javonte's return. Jay is wearing the Super Bowl 50 jersey because we won that in San Francisco. It's just fun. Hey, Niner gang, we appreciate you. If you haven't already and you feel so inclined, please just maybe toss us the like and the subscribe there. And again, I want to, if I may, Isaiah, just real quick, if everybody would also feel so inclined, if you haven't already, or if you want to do it again, please smash that like, subscribe, share, follow us on our social media. They're all listed right there. That way, you can know when we're going live again, which, by the way, the next show, of course, is right after the game with the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. So, Isaiah, back to you,
Absolutely.
Sir.
And speaking of that, now that we have gone through the offensive line, what we want to see, we've gone through Javonte Williams' return. Now we're going to get to the final subject of today's topic, which is, will Marvin Mims capitalize on today being his day? And the reason why I say is because if I had to guess, and Sean Payton did give him a shout out this week and said he's had a really good practice, he will play. So that's very interesting. The wide receiver 3 and the wide receiver 4 spots are wide open. It's between Marvin Mims, Marquez Callaway, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Jalen Virgil, Brandon Johnson when he wasn't injured. So if I had to guess, I'm probably wrong, but I think that Sean Payton is scheming each preseason game for certain sets of receivers. This is a guess. So if I had to guess, I'd say week 1 was, I'm going to showcase Judy and Cortland a little bit.
And he did.
Week 2 is, and he did. Week 2 is these plays are going to scheme for, Marvin Mims. Let's see if I can put this on his shoulders. He can step up and do what I ask of him. Maybe this game is Marvin Mims and Marquez Callaway.
And maybe tight ends too. Dulcich,
yeah. Tight ends. I was thinking that as well. Maybe this is a Greg Dulcich showcase because Dulcich had no targets, and I think besides Troutman had a target. But I think besides Judy and Sutton, no other receiver really had targets. And they say everything Sean Payton does is intentional.
Not with the starters anyway.
Yeah, with the starters, they say everything Sean Payton does is intentional. So,
he's a very intentional person.
What do you guys expect to see from Marvin Mims today? And what do you want to see to walk away saying, "Hey, I'm feeling comfortable with our wide receiver room"? Jay.
Shout out to the great DT, but I'd love for Sean Payton to draw up a DT play. The short screen, give him some space to run. Let the guy go showcase his athleticism.
And his speed.
That's what Mims is. So give him some blockers in front of him and we're playing on the hashes on the far out. And that's what I want to see. I want to see him with some real estate in front of him so that we can see what we're signed up for here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to see some speed out of the guy. Right now the biggest thing for me is we need a wide receiver with some breakneck speed, and we had that, but he couldn't stay healthy in KJ Hamler, and now Marvin Mims. He is the guy that has at least based on his 40 time, has that breakneck speed. So I want to see it in a game situation. I want to see, I know you're calling for a DTs, a short, maybe a screenplay. I kind of want to see something similar to KJ Hamler versus Carolina. I want to see him just.
My next question was, what manner do you want to see speed? So Jay, I want to see him. Marvin speed, screen game, jet sweep game, things like that.
Yeah.
Johnny, you want to see then, I guess, deep post route off of play action down the field, from Russell Wilson,
moonball from Russ. Outrun the DB. 3 yards, 2 to 3 yards of separation. When he makes the catch deep, that's what I want to see. That's what I'm hoping for.
And that's a good problem to have. Is we have this receiver, and we're saying, hey, you're a rookie, you're coming in, you got a lot on your shoulders, you have the capability to do these things that KJ Hamler could do one part, but not the other. Montreal Washington could do one part without the other. Now we have opportunity to have a receiver who can do both and stay healthy. So we're saying, hey, so for me, I want to see third down, 20-yard deep in routes or deep out routes.
Okay.
That's what I want to see.
Well, and if I may.
One last thing, Johnny. Because I know coming out of Oklahoma, I think he led all of the NCAA in yards per catch, which was he averaged 19 yards per catch. So this dude was a big time catch the ball.
He's a yak master for sure.
Yeah,
where he was in college.
I don't know yards per catch, how deep he was down the field when he first caught the ball. I want to see that. I want to see that deep play action over the middle of the field, a deep grab route.
Pardon me.
Something that you go to someone like that with sure hands.
Well, let me ask you something real quick. Let me ask you this. I was talking about the deep ball, right? The moon ball from Russ. That's the other part of it too. I want to see that not just for Marvin's sake, but for Russ's sake.
Yeah,
we've seen him throw the short passes. We've seen him throw some mid-range passes. We have not seen him throw a deep ball yet. He did not do it in the first game. So I want to see it here.
I think Cortland Sutton gets one today.
What, a touchdown or a moon ball?
A big deep ball, because just listen over the last couple of weeks, and if you saw if you guys saw the interview with Sean Payton and Kay Adams, you definitely saw. In the press conference of the last few days, you definitely saw Sean Payton give high praise to Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton. I mean, he said it himself. He said the last week and a half, 2 weeks, Russell Wilson has been very impressive. And I think everyone's been saying that 2019 Cortland Sutton is coming back. So my thing is, knowing Sean Payton, knowing how Russell Wilson finally had that marriage, they finally had that harmony, I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Payton said, okay, I'll go ahead and give you a bone. I'll throw you a bone. Go get it. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Payton was just going to confirm to the fan base what you've been hearing from practice is real. I wouldn't be surprised, and I want to see one of those. I definitely want to see one of those. Jay, I love it. You got to say. Jay looks like
it's just my favorite part of that interview was in the very beginning when Kay reaches over to his lap and puts the microphone back up to his face, and he just looks over at her like, "Oh hell no, you didn't just do that." It was so hilarious.
Well, real quick, how many of you think that Mrs. Payton was sitting at home going, "Oh hell no, you just didn't do that"?
No. Well, I just can think of what he's thinking. Man, I was just in the media. I know this. Thank you.
Yeah, but Kay's this is my show, Sean.
This is mine.
For crying out loud, how many times they appeared several times last season with one another. So even though she at the time was NFL Network and he was on Fox, they did interview, talk to one another on interviews before.
I just loved how right out of the gate she put him in check. This is mine. I'm the captain.
And then he broke his own rule and he put on her bucket hat. What? But it is what it is. Hey, Isaiah, can I bring up a quick topic before we hit our segments? Do you mind?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So
Yeah, go ahead.
last couple we didn't even talk defense at all. Are we expecting a better? Even our defense looked pretty solid last game, but do we expect them to look better this week, guys? Like in your opinion?
Well, has ananybody
I'm looking
gotten
for
word
some-
of starters for San Francisco?
No. Well, I think
find it anywhere.
They haven't put anything out that I know of. So I mean, I don't know, but I do know that our starters will be on the field regardless. So we will see now that he's back. We'll see PS2 out there. We'll see K1 probably, even for just he'll probably be on a snap count, so probably just a few for him.
It's just a big difference if we don't see Christian McCaffrey, like Deebo Samuel, like the big ticket guys that I feel like their offense is kind of built around.
Sure. So what I mean, do you think though we will see an improvement over last week's defense?
Yes, I think Zach Allen needs to step up. Zach Allen didn't have a decent preseason opening. I think he needs to step up. I think Frank Clark didn't play last week, and Frank Clark's playing this week. So we get to see Frank Clark play for the first time in a Broncos uniform on the other side of Randy Gregory. That's going to be interesting.
I'm excited about
I really want to see more Damari Mathis. I want more Damari Mathis and more Caden Stearns. That's what I want. I need to see them be able to shut down that other side. I
don't know if Caden will be back for this one. I think he'll be back next week, but I don't know if he's back for this one or not.
Caden Stearns?
I don't know if he is or not.
I thought. Interesting. Are we missing our fantasy draft, guys?
No, that starts at in about 45 minutes.
But yeah, I was gonna say.
Which I did want to shout out Dave Glassman, who said 1 hour until the draft. That was back at that was about 15 minutes ago. He said that. So definitely fantasy draft. Let's go. That's coming from Taiwan. For those that are wondering what the heck we're talking about, the Orange and Blue Network's fantasy league drafts during the game tonight. For those of us that are married, we thought the easiest way to appease the gods would be to use the time that we're already committing to football to go ahead and draft our fantasy league. That way we're not taking away extra time. So we will be, in addition to the game tonight, Orange and Blue Network is drafting fantasy league tonight, baby. Woo! It's going to be fun. We got, hey, Isaiah, we got about 18 minutes, give or take. Can we talk food? Because I'm hungry.
Talk food. You're always hungry because you're always fat.
Hey!
Me too,
Hey!
so I don't blame
Well, you don't need to state the obvious just because it is.
You deserve that.
Damn it, Johnny!
You deserve that, but we love you. Speaking of food, let's get to my favorite. Welcome to this segment of Mile High Menu, where we discuss what is on the menu for today's game. Who's going first today, gentlemen?
I already started. I'm drinking liquid bread. But I'll go ahead and go, I guess. I'm trying to get a little healthier. I've started back on my my workout recently this week, and I'm feeling better. That hospital scare has got me a little bit, trying to be a little bit more careful. So what am I doing? Oh, we got another new name in the house real quick. Boss Man Gambino. Niners Fire. Well, I mean, you're a Niners fan, and we don't care. We love fans of all teams except the Raiders. Just kidding. So here's to you, and welcome to the Orange and Blue crew. Even if you are a Niners fan, you are part of it. Here's to you, Boss Man Gambino. So while I'm trying to be healthy, it's still game day, so I'm still gonna eat like it's game day, right? So what I did tonight, they're going in the oven as soon as I get done with the show. I'm doing oven baked burgers on a roasting pan. so I can still enjoy a delicious burger, but all the grease will drip off. It'll bake off. And so I'm doing some burgers. I'm throwing a little bit of bacon on there because what's a burger without some bacon? I said I was going to focus a little more on my health. I didn't say I was going to go insane. So I'm doing burgers, and then I'm doing tots that are made from broccoli with cheddar. Broccoli cheddar tots, not potato.
Interesting.
And they're very good. Oh my gosh, when they get super crispy, they're delicious. I'll have to
Did
send
a
you the recipe.
scientist give you that? That sounds like something that came out of a test tube.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty wonderful. It's actually, they're delicious. They're truly.
It does sound kind of good.
Like if you like broccoli cheddar casserole or broccoli cheddar rice, imagine it without the rice in the form of a tot. Like really freaking good. A real good little bite. So that's my menu for tonight.
Jay, what is on your menu today?
Well, I tell you what. It's chili. Not on the menu, but it should be chili. Another day, another bowl of chili, folks. But not right now. And a little foreshadowing to a little later here. I'm turning over a new leaf this year in a lot of aspects of this here game day routine. No longer will be shouting from the rooftops. Over.
No, we'll talk about that next segment.
I'll also be cutting down on my chili intake for my intestines' sake. So today, I today grilled some chicken and just kind of made some chicken for the week. So just had some grilled chicken.
Like we like bone in chicken breast.
Look at this healthiness from Johnny and Jay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, there's still bacon on mine, bro. There's still bacon on mine.
Yeah, but you also have tots with broccoli and cheese or whatever that is, so that cancels everything else out.
Well, the next time you come over to the house, I'm making them for you. You're gonna eat them.
I'm gonna give it to the dogs. So what I had was I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and I always order the same thing, but I decided, you know what, let me try something different today. So what I get? I got the house platter, which is onion rings, some boneless wings, mozzarella sticks, and something else I can't think of off the top of my head.
Must be nice to have money in the bank.
But then I left, so I didn't eat it all, and I got it to go plate, and I left it at the table. So my menu.
Somebody get you a Happy Meal.
So I left my food at the restaurant.
You didn't. You left it at the restaurant.
It's a nice donation you made.
So I'm very disappointed because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take some of that home because later after the game, I'm gonna be hungry. I don't want to cook. Bingo. And I left it. I was like, I'm not turning around. I'm not going back.
Mistake. Like
I took a gamble and I lost, and I knew I was gonna forget it. I took a gamble and I lost. But speaking of gambling and losing, hold
on, real quick. D-Rock, he's got a menu item for us. He's having supreme pizza for our supreme leader, Sean Payton. Love it. Yeah. And Ty Y says he's making PB&J and Doritos.
Oh, there you go.
Goated. The greatest meal of all time is PB&J. Always.
Dude, I swear to God, like, yeah.
You swear to God, Johnny? What, Johnny?
I was going to say, I swear to God, PB&J is like one of the greatest things ever invented. It literally is. I don't care what time of day it is or how old you are. You're never too old for PB&J.
So let me ask you a question. Does the type of jelly count?
Yes.
Ooh.
Absolutely. My buddy that lives with us, Trey.
What type of jelly is in your mind that you're going to use?
Grape jelly.
Jay?
I'm more of a jam person.
I like preservatives. Grape, I understand, but I also thought to myself, if you use strawberry jelly, it'd still be a damn good PB&J.
Oh, it is. It is, but you're also a communist.
That's why I asked. It doesn't matter the type of jelly it is.
It does. It does. Look, a strawberry jelly sandwich with peanut butter is delicious, but you're also a communist.
No, that doesn't count, Johnny.
So
no.
Anyway,
no,
work.
That doesn't work.
And I do have a jar. I do have a jar in my fridge to go with Jay's of blackberry jam that I do love.
That only goes with you're only a communist if you choose if strawberry Pop-Tart isn't your first preference.
It's not. So
then you're a communist.
But that's okay.
But on to the next segment that Jay is going to go ahead and fill us in. Jay, you're going to go ahead and give us the numbers. Look at that smile on that man face right there.
You got to drop the video.
Give us the numbers, the overs, the unders. Jay, go ahead and break it down to us on our next segment of You Wanna Bet.
Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it.
Boy, that song, I mean, back to school it slaps, kids. I mean, start lining up. Big stuff.
All right.
Yes, I do have lines. And today, boys and girls, the line is 3 in favor of Denver, -3. Last time I checked,
3-point favorites.
About 5 days ago, it was a 4-point favorite, so the line has moved 1 point in San Francisco's favor, but a field goal game. And last time I checked, over under only 30. Very small over under. Although I don't really know relative for preseason games if that is high or low. But I would think that's pretty low.
Huh, that's real quick.
30?
It's under 30, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a low-scoring game.
That's pretty normal for a preseason game.
It's still a low-scoring game, period. But
it's still pretty low, I would think. But like I said,
okay.
I don't really know if.
All right, so I'm gonna actually make it. I'm gonna make it real easy. Real quick, James Durnall.
Sorry, it's 40, not
40.
30.
Now I got to rethink.
Correction.
Thanks, Jay.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it does make a lot more sense. James Durnall, new name in the house. I just ran out of beer up here. So here's to you. Says, hey, Niners fan here. Who should the Niners be careful of as we go further down the depth chart? Who? Are you talking offense or defense? But what do you guys think?
Jaleel McLaughlin. You have to watch out for Jaleel McLaughlin.
And that's our running back. It's our running back.
Jalen Virgil, he's a receiver for us. So
I feel like there's going to be a big game coming here for Alberto at one of these preseason games, only because we have to highlight him one last time to see if someone will give us a 7th rounder.
Sure.
A 7th round.
Yeah, sure. And then defensively, you're going to have to watch out for Isang Bassi.
Bassi, Turner,
that's McMillan. A safety. Jaquan McMillan is a cornerback that you might want to watch out for. On the deeper on the depth chart. So, yep. So anyway, all right. There's that. Okay, so guys, we gotta get ready because it's almost game time.
Yes.
What are you guys thinking? What are we thinking
right, guys,
for?
We are getting ready.
So over under is 40. So,
I'm going over.
Under.
You called the over. Why? You're still on this train. Jay's calling the over. Okay, Jay, do the Broncos cover, and what's the final score?
Oh, yeah, Broncos cover for sure. It's going to be 38-30. Broncos.
38-30. Good Lord.
A 68-point game.
Yeah. Woo, man, that's scary. Okay. Isaiah, what about you, bud? Over, under, and the Broncos cover?
I'm taking the under. Under the Broncos cover, I'm gonna go. Actually, 2017 Broncos.
You said what? 20-14?
2017.
20-17 Broncos.
2017 Broncos. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna stick with my original on this. I'm gonna go the under. Broncos take it though. I'm gonna give it 21-14. Yep. I'm going to give us 3 touchdowns, 3 tutties, them 2. No field goals.
Okay. Well, that ends the segment of You Want to Bet. You heard the over, you heard the under, you heard the spread, and you heard our predictions. We've went over to the 3 points today. What will the O-line do? Will Marvin Mims capitalize? And what do we expect to see from Javonte on his first game back? Johnny went and made vegan tater tots. Jay's giving up on chili.
They're not vegan. They got cheese in them.
That is going to conclude this episode of the Get Buck pregame show, guys. And don't forget the San Francisco 49ers. You guys can go ahead and get bucked.
Get bucked. Oh, I love it, you guys. All right, let's have some fun, y'all.
Is it even on the screen?
What?
Okay. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this with your friends and family. Let's go. Come back after the game. What time is the post-game show, Jay?
Right about 5 to 10 minutes after, right?
Yes, sir.
So
okay, yeah, so about
get
10
ready.
minutes after the game, come back into the Buck Your Feelings post-game show hosted
Tell
by
Buck your feelings.
the Denver Dream, Jay Weaver. Mile High Viking will be there, the co-host. There's a good possibility I will be there, can't say for sure, and many other people. Don't forget to come in as we discuss and go over what we saw, what we like, and what we didn't see. Once again,
and what we buck our feelings.
Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you for the Buck Your Feelings post-game show.
Fantasy in 30 minutes.
As always.